Guys, I'm back again. How are y'all doing today on this fabulous Sunday? Sorry for the break. I had a rider that I had for like a 25-minute trip, so that's why I was gone for so long. All right. I always want to say, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to chime in, and if I can see them when I'm driving, I will definitely answer them. I also want to say, if this is your first time tuning into the channel, please feel free to subscribe and smash or hit the notification bell so you see when I'm coming out with new content or I am going live. Alright, I'm driving right now. Again, when I'm driving and going live, if I get a Uber Eats delivery, I will definitely stay live. If I get a passenger in the car, for privacy reasons, I cannot stay live. Most people would understand that. So, I hope everybody is doing great this weekend. I am definitely happy that football is back in season. Not for the reasons that everybody else is. I'm not a football fan. I like my Eagles, but I am not a football fan. I don't really watch it. Football, and I love Sundays because lots of people like to take rides to their friends' houses because they're drinking and they don't want to drive drunk. Smart people. Okay? Driving drunk, driving under the influence in 2019 should not happen. No one should ever get a ticket for that shit. Alright, guys? It's 2019. Get a friend to drive you home. Okay? I'd rather pay $50 for a Uber if I had to than however expensive the damn tickets are for driving drunk. It's pretty damn expensive. And if it's not your first offense, then it's even worse. But you don't want that weight on your shoulder. You don't want to accidentally hit something or kill somebody. I mean, I know I wouldn't want that on my shoulder. I could not live with the guilt of killing somebody or killing somebody's father or mother or daughter, son. That would tear me up inside. So, alright, since no one's joining the channel, I'm just going to randomly talk about stuff that I want to talk about. At least until people do, if anybody does. If not, hey, whatever. I'm just going live for the hell of it. And I'll sound like a rambling idiot, and I'll probably end up deleting the video. So yeah, Uber and Lyft. I have no idea what they're going to do. I'm watching news out of California every day to see what the next story is about AB5. If anybody doesn't know by now, AB5 is the bill they passed in California to basically make all gig workers employees. What's up, Mike? How's it going? So yeah, it's basically AB5 for the people that wanted it or the drivers that wanted it will basically make them employees. I personally think whoever wants this bill, I'm going to call you out and say you're an idiot. This bill will force you to work possibly specific hours. I work Monday through Friday. I work Monday through Friday full time. Fridays, Saturdays, and thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I drive Uber and Lyft Friday, Saturday, Sundays, on the weekends when it is busy. Usually from 8 or 9 p.m. until 3 or 4 a.m. What I like to call the bar scene hour. Drunk people. I'm lucky I live in a college town. There's 2-3 colleges around me. You have little college kids going into the cities all the time. and coming back out later. So those days are the best days to drive for me. Everybody that wanted that bill is gonna realize and get a harsh lesson in the grass is not always greener on the other side. Okay? You had it good. I understand that you want to get paid more, so you wanted to become an employee. Well, guess what? That's not going to happen. Well, they have the right to treat you like an employee. Most people in today's day and age go to work and do a 9-to-5 job, and unless you really, really love your job, it sucks. Nobody wants to be an employee that does rideshare. We want to be able to make our own hours, make our own terms, play our own music in our car. If we want to advertise or we want to put business cards in our car, have my Play Octopus tablet right here. You guys can see that. Okay? All these things in my car are things that I can do as an independent contractor. If I wanted to put advertising on the side of my car saying, like, I don't know, the thing off the top of my head is when I went to North Carolina, I saw a couple cars that had if you ever heard of a Dirty Dick's Crabs, I think get your crabs at Dirty Dick's. It was a restaurant. If I wanted to put that on the side of my car, guess what? As an independent contractor, I could. But with AB5, you can't do that. Okay, if I wanted to have somebody say I wanted to have advertising on the inside of my car, and somebody pays me $100 a month to have that advertising in my car, you can't do that. I'm going to sleep. Jeff, I'm not sure about that, buddy. I'm from the Netherlands. Thanks, bud. Netherlands are awesome. Sometime. Alright, so like I said, guys, I got 3 people in the room right now. If you guys have any questions, since there's not many people, feel free to ask. Answer your questions. If for some reason I get a ride, if I get a delivery, I will stay live. If I get a ride, I will stay live until I pick up the person, and then I will cut out. Alright. Somebody asked me where I live. I'm not going to tell you where I live. Let's just say I drive between Lancaster, PA, and Philadelphia, PA. Lancaster, if you don't know, is considered Amish country. Yes, I do drive Amish people, and I have driven Amish people around. They are some of the nicest people I have ever met. Welcome to the channel, everybody. If you're new, feel free to say hi. I like to know who's in the room so I can talk to you. Another thing, guys, when I go live, I don't sometimes really have, do you receive any payment or insurance for the crime that happened to you? No, I did not. Them the story, sent the video to them and told them what happened. Unfortunately, their deductible is $2,500 deductible. My door, the damage to my door was not that expensive, so it did not get replaced. It's a little dent, probably about the size of a little ball, probably about that big. Actually, not that big, but yeah, probably about the bottom of a like Pepsi can on the bottom part of my door where it comes down around the wheel. Yes, I sped off to get away, and the door hit a telephone pole. So if you look on the Toyota Camry where the door comes down, it goes around the wheel and then back down, right on the edge there, that part hit the telephone pole. So there's not a real bad dent there. It's still closed and open. There's no big deal there. However, there is a dent there. I contacted Lyft, 2,500 25, yay, delivery, $2,500 deductible. So, resuming where I left off, I ended up having trouble with my insurance because my insurance does not cover me while I'm driving for Uber or Lyft while somebody's in the car. So what you get something through your insurance called rideshare insurance. It's like an extra 30 or 40 bucks a month, if not more. I chose not to do that. My insurance covers me from while nobody's in my car. Lyft and Uber's insurance covers me while somebody is in the car. If that makes sense. So yes, there's still a little ding in my door. I consider it my battle scar. My car, it's a reminder of what happened. Yes, Jeff, I do have a little bit of connection issues. Little Mike, what's up? Hey, bud, I commented on your video that you posted with my thing. I have absolutely no problem with you using my video. However, if you do want to use it, can you please link the description or put in your description of the video the link to my channel for that video? Okay, I have problems with nobody using my content as long as they ask me first. What's up, Garrett? How you doing today, buddy? Okay, as long as you ask me first, send me an email. I have my email in the description below in every single one of my videos. I have no problem with people using my videos as long as you ask for permission. Alright guys, again I want to apologize. What's the tablet for? The tablet right here, if you see on my shoulder, it's called Play Octopus. It is a tablet that plays trivia games and other games for my passengers. They're not charged for it. However, they run ads every other game. They run a little 20 or 25-second ad for something. Usually it's like Sprint or Uber or whatever. Okay, they run ads through it. Your passengers play games. It's connected with a data plan. You don't pay for the data plan, the company does. And basically they pay you every so many, you get like 250 every points you get on it. Every game that they play is like a half a point or a point. So every 250 points you get $25. I know a lot of people that have it that drive daily down in Philly. They could easily make an extra 50 to 100 bucks a week with having that in their car. I can usually get 25 to 50 bucks a month where I'm at currently, and then when I go down to Philly, I can usually make $25 on a weekend down there with that. It's just something, it's extra money for me, but then at the same time, it is also something that's really nice for my passengers to play. A lot of people have tipped me because of having that in my car. Every single time they come in, they kind of say, "Oh, is this cash cab? Is this cash cab?" A little so you can see it right there. They provide you with everything. The only thing they don't provide you with is the mount that I have it connected to right now. I have that connected like that because it's a center mount. That way, no matter where a passenger sits in my back seat, they can play it. They give you one that mounts to the back of the headrest, so that way you have to choose. I don't like that. And I keep forgetting every time this cuts out to put the live chat. If you get kids or something, yes, they play. Kids play it. Mostly it's adults though. There's trivia. Has anybody in here, if you ever seen Cash Cab on, I think it's Discovery Channel or one of those channels. I can't remember, TLC. I don't freaking know. But that's out of New York. A lot of older people will be like, "Oh, this is Cash Cab." Especially I have lights in my car. I put LED lights seats, so that way at nighttime when drunk people are getting in, they can see where I'm at. Little Mike, How much do I make? Usually make a couple hundred every weekend. Unless I go to Philly, then I make more. Probably not, because he's in jail. They're both in jail as far as I know. No, bro. They're both in jail, little Mike. When he gets out, I don't freaking know or care. I'll worry about that when it happens. Okay. Hopefully he learned his lesson. Again, who knows? I'm not worried about that. Everything in life happens for a reason, bro. So, I firmly believe that I don't know who believes in what, nor do I care. Your opinion's your opinion. I'm a firm believer of God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. And I will say, in my personal opinion, my life is planned out how He wants it to be. And I believe in Him. So if something happens to me, that's the way it's going to happen. And there's nothing that I can do about it. So, in the end, I live my life how I feel I should. And hopefully God takes care of me. And everything will be okay. Yes, I am Ubering right now. I'm actually doing an Uber Eats pickup to P.F. Chang. So, when I go into the restaurant, I cannot talk. Or I will try to talk, but... Alright, guys. Sorry to do that. It keeps cutting out sometimes. Okay. But I'm back. All I would recommend doing, I will try and come back as soon as I can. If it's any more than like 5 or 10 minutes, that's because I have a passenger in the car. But I will tell you guys if I have a passenger in the car if I'm driving. Just waiting on food. Yes, I always try to think with a glass. There's no point in... one of my favorite sayings was, do not let things affect you that you cannot change, and always try to affect the things that you can change. P.F. Chang's Chinese food. Hopefully this one doesn't pick up. For anybody who doesn't know, if you do Uber Eats and you get there and you deliver the food, or you go to deliver the food, and the person doesn't show up, you still get paid for it. And after you get paid, Uber tells you can now throw the food away. I don't know who in their right mind would throw food away, but I mean, if it's something I wouldn't eat, yeah, I'd throw it away, but shit, it's free food. Get paid twice. Welcome to the channel, guys. So yes, as I was saying, I like doing Uber Eats. I also like doing regular Uber. I like interacting with people. The lady I just drove for like 25 minutes, we actually had a really good conversation about her car. Apparently her brake line went out. So I was giving her advice. I actually recommended her to my local garage. I don't know, I see 4. Now I see 3. I hate that this keeps cutting out. I think that's one reason why people are leaving. It just keeps cutting in and cutting out, cutting in and cutting out. So if anybody doesn't know, I'm going to go live, and I'll post a posting for this. Garrett, yes, I play video games, but I don't do it that much anymore. Right now I'm focused on trying to get myself into a better place financially and mentally. So I do not play video games right now. I do every now and again when I have free time, but right now I just have a Nintendo Switch. So I play like Mario Kart, Zelda Breath of the Wild. September 20th, the new Zelda comes out, so I'll probably be playing that for that weekend. I won't drive. I'll play that. Probably won't live stream any of that stuff because that's not what my channel's about. Guest Pond, thanks for coming to the channel. If you're new, please subscribe so you know when I come out with new content. Hit the like button. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to ask. And it goes for anybody that's in the comments. I keep trying to do live chat to be able to see what people are saying, and every single time I do it, it makes my screen freeze and shuts YouTube down. So I think that's part of the reason why. Where's everybody from? Garrett, where'd you say you were from yesterday? Do you drive? Sorry.
Yep, it's inside of the right, and as soon as that broccoli's out here, I'll have that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just you're welcome.
Is that ready yet?
It's coming up very soon.
Okay, that's fine.
About it.
Alright. Alright. So Garrett, can I pick your brain? I keep talking about AB5. So I want your honest opinions. Do you drive for Uber and Lyft or just one or the other? What do you drive for? Anybody else from California? I want to pick your brain. All right, this is going to be an AB5 conversation, not an ABC conversation. Garrett. All right, this needs to be a conversation, which means I need you to answer me when I talk. What is your opinion on AB5? Do you think it'll help California or hurt California? Do you think it'll help people get what they need and want, or do you think it'll be a disaster? Welcome everybody. Again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please hit the bell on the side so you know when I come out with new content or when I go live. If you like the video, you like the content, please feel free to hit the like button. Oh, you don't drive for Uber. Okay. Well, what's your opinion on it anyway, being from California? As a rider, what do you think? You think it'll help? Do you understand that it's just gonna, in my opinion, it's just gonna hurt them because they're going to have to raise rates to pay people benefits, 401k, vacation time, sick leave, things like that. It's not politics, man. Well, it might be politics. It's more, I follow it because I'm in the business. I want to follow it so I know what happens there. Because a lot of other big marketplaces like Texas, New York, Chicago, Atlanta, any really big city is going to... Oliver, how's it going, buddy? Back to the channel. Appreciate it. So yeah, AB5 eventually, if it ends up going well, Google it. Or check out Dustin is Driving's page. He did a good thing on that. So to anybody that doesn't know, AB5 is a bill in California that got passed to basically make independent contractors employees instead of basically being able to create our own hours. They're probably going to end up making people work certain hours, which sucks. I don't want to be told when I have to work. That's why I do this job. I have a full-time job. I do this on the side. Oliver, what's your question? If I can answer it, I will. Come on, this is the bad part about Uber Eats. Sitting and waiting sometimes for people when you're not going to get a certain pickup. You're only going to get a certain amount of money. So if the people don't tip you, well, I've been sitting here for almost 10 minutes now waiting for this to be done. It's not at a McDonald's. It's at a Chinese restaurant. So, you had a question. Does a minor need a work permit to work for you? What do you mean to work for me? A minor needs a work permit to work, period. But a minor can't drive for Uber or Lyft. It all depends on what your state regulations are. Hey, watch the language. I'm just kidding. I don't give a crap. So yeah, guys, if you don't know what AB5 is, I would highly recommend you look at it, because not only is it going to affect So yes, if you don't know what AB5 is, I would highly recommend you Google it. Or honestly, you could just go to YouTube, type in AB5, and I'm sure there's plenty of content in there about other drivers talking about it. If you're a driver, it's going to affect you if you live in California. If you're a rider, it's going to affect you if you live in California. Could become national at some point. You might see what it does, and it could affect everybody. So definitely look into it.
your pickup at 1570. Head to your drop-off at 1735 Rockville Road.
Alright, guys. I will be able to talk more. Appreciate the wait and the understanding with the video cutting in and cutting out. Not sure exactly why it's doing that. But again, I appreciate it. Let me make sure the live chat is on. Alright, so thanks, Corbin. I appreciate it. Much love. I will tell you this right now. I am not going to become an employee if that's what I'll definitely still do YouTube, talk about stuff, but I will not work for them as an employee. Personally, I do this as again, I do it as a side gig. I'm not doing this to be somebody's little bitch. I'm doing this because I like the way it is structured. I like making money when I want and how I want. Okay, I work a 40-hour regular to do this because I can work part-time when I want. I don't have to get a part-time job with set hours. So no, I will not do it if it comes to Philly or my area. I will count my blessings and say, peace. So yes, Uber Eats has its pros and could cancel that, but I decided not to because one, it's Sunday. People are watching Super Bowl. Or, oh my God, Super Bowl football. I wish they were watching the Super Bowl. It'd be even more busier. What's up, Boomin? Order Chick-fil-A. Yes, Chick-fil-A is good. What's taking so long? It's a Chinese restaurant and it's pretty popular. Behind. I've never picked up there before though, so. But anyway, that might be why. So yeah, Sundays are usually pretty good in my area. I kind of live, I wouldn't say out in the country, but I live close enough to a major city that I can usually go there and I can up. However, the country and the surrounding areas sometimes get pretty decent pickups. So yeah, I may not get as many pickups, but they're longer. They're usually, instead of like 5 or 10 minute pickups, they're usually like 25 or 30 minute pickups. So they usually are a lot longer and they pay better because people tip. You have more time with the customer to talk to them and get to know them, and just in general have an overall good conversation with someone if they like to talk. Usually when you have those, thanks Rust Beastie, appreciate the love. So yeah, usually if I have a 20 or 30 minute ride, I always try to engage some type of conversation with my customer unless I feel that they don't want to talk, because the more you talk with them and become friends, or not really friends, but the more you just engage with them and let them talk sometimes, personal experiences, things like that, they usually tip better. I literally had a conversation with the guy. I picked him up from a house one time. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I thought he was drunk, but he wasn't drunk. He just went through a really rough breakup with his girlfriend or wife. Both those kids are in jail, but awaiting sentencing. But anyway, back to story. I found out after talking with him. I asked him. I said, "Hey, are you okay?" He wasn't really bawling, but I could tell something was wrong. So I asked him, "Hey, are you okay? Like, what? You okay?" I got involved, and here he had a real bad breakup. Apparently, the person that he was with was cheating on him, and overall, I talked to him about my experiences, and I told him that everybody would be okay. I usually don't ask people this, but I asked him if he was a Christian, if he believed, blah, blah, blah. We ended up praying together. I gave him my number, and I told him that if he had any any issues, that he was more than capable and able to give me a call, and I would talk to him. Luckily, that guy, from what I know, is doing a lot better. So yeah, I like to talk to my passengers. I like to get involved with them. I may only be with them for 20 or 30 minutes or 5 minutes, but in those times, you meet some really cool people. So yes, so yeah, I like to meet people. I like to make money. Everybody likes to make money, right? This job lets you make. I like to meet people. I like to hear stories. I picked a guy up. I said this before. My longest ride was from Philly Airport to JFK Airport. This guy was a pilot. However, he could not make a flight. He ended up being late to it or something, and he needed a ride. And it was actually cheaper for him to get an Uber than to take the train. It was the cheapest thing he could take. So I literally talked to this guy for 2.5 hours about all of his crazy flights that he's taken, places he's been around the world. He actually worked for, at the time that, if anybody here remembers, the crash in the Hudson, the plane in the Hudson. This guy actually worked for that company, and the sun is out today. He told me about some of the stuff that happened with the company um, at the time. He didn't know Sully personally, but he did tell me about some of the shady things that happened a little bit. About some of the things I had questions about being a flyer. Um, it was really cool. So yeah, I like to just talk to whoever I can. I've driven Amish people around. I've asked them questions about their faith, their religion, about the way they bring their kids up, as far as, and I will say I agree with it. As soon as their kids can start to do work in the fields and help out around the house and the farm, they're out there working. So yeah, like I said, Amish people, they have a firm faith and belief. Um, I've had really good conversations with them about the way they raise their kids, and the fact that they bring their kids up, that you need to earn what you make. You need to, like, everybody help. Community in general is one where you help your neighbor, okay? And I think that's one thing, in my personal opinion and my personal mindset, that this world lacks these days. Everybody's out for themselves, and like, nobody helps anybody anymore. I'm just the type of person, if I see somebody that needs help, if I can do something to help them. So yeah, there's 8 people in the room right now. Does anybody have any questions while I'm still driving Uber Eats and can answer them? Any questions, anybody? No, I'm gonna keep talking then. So yeah, to anybody that keeps asking me what happened to the kids, I don't know, Garrett. Anybody that keeps asking me what happened to the kids, that night, like, I'd say 4 hours after the guy in the backseat did what he did, he was arrested at a domestic dispute. They found him with the gun, and he was arrested because they recognized him from the video I shared. Okay. After that, a couple weeks later, the other person that was on the side was also arrested. Apparently, arrested him due to, I don't know, I forget exactly how, but there's So yeah, again, like I was saying before, I keep getting cut out. Sorry guys, I'm driving in the country, so if it keeps cutting in and out, that's why. So yeah, that guy got called also. If you check my channel posts, there's a link for the noodle. That it says exactly what happened. So yeah, that's what happened. They are both arrested. They're both awaiting sentencing. Another Uber Eats. All right. 7/18/18. So yeah, guys, I'm driving right. Thank you, buddy. I'm glad they caught him too. What topic I was talking about last? I got another delivery. Hi, buddy. Nice to meet you. Delivery. So I'm just honestly just gonna keep talking until I get a live drive. Most likely around 7:30, I'm gonna stop driving for the day. I only drove for like 4 or 5 hours today. Actually, no, I've only been driving for 2.5. Started at 4 p.m. Drive till 8. The only reason why I do that is because I have my kids during the day, and I work at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I drive for a little bit. I'll go home and sleep. Hi guys, how's it going, Sebastian? Ducky Man. That's a funny name. How are you guys today? Welcome to the channel. I don't remember ever seeing you guys before, so if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel and you're just tuning in for the very first time, please feel free to hit the bell. That way you know when I come out with new content. You also know when I go live. I love having people come to the channel when I go live. I can answer any questions you guys have. Yes, thank you. Appreciate the love. If you have a question about that, feel free to check out the next video right after. That is the news report the very next day. Actually, probably like 4 or 5 days about what happened. Also, yesterday I had a lot of trolls. Live video asking me why I was fat. Right here. I'm not plugging any type of company. This right here is one reason. Soda. I drink way too much. I am actually looking to start drinking water a lot more. I love soda too much. So yeah, thank you guys for the support. I appreciate all of it. So yeah, who's on the channel still? I see 2 people. How did you feel the moment they pulled a gun on you? Honestly, I was shitless a little bit. It might not look that way in the video. I never thought something like that would happen to me. Honestly, did I deserve that? I would say no, I did not deserve getting guns pulled on me. Yes, I maybe deserve some of the lip because I told him to get the fuck out of my car. However, at the time I was pissed. Anybody in their right mind would be, for people messing around with you. Yes, the way the video looks, I was calm. If anybody doesn't know, I have kids. So when you're talking to a kid, if they are stressed out and they are having a temper tantrum, you yelling at them is not going to solve anything. This is me giving free parenting advice. You yelling at your kid is not going to solve anything. I try to talk to my kids sometimes in a very calm voice, or I completely ignore them. So when he pulled the gun on me and started yelling at me, give me my money, give me my money, I just kept, I tried to de-escalate the situation. I tried to talk to him as calmly as I could, say, hey, get out of my car. Look, guy, I don't want no problems, just get out of my car. Yes, I'm working for them right now, buddy. At the time, I wasn't 100% scared. I was more scared afterwards. But no, I do not drive in that area anymore. If I drive in that area, the only time the punch looks like it hurt. No, it did not hurt. Um, the one that the guy punched me through the window, yes, that one did. Or with the that hurt a little, but honestly, I was in the moment. Um, Anxiety and adrenaline, it didn't really hurt. I was more in shock because of everything going on. But honestly, I could care less if they went to jail. I'm glad that they caught them. So yes, I am a little happy that they caught them and justice was served. However that is, however many years that they get behind jail. Um, so yeah, justice was served. That's that. I'll leave that up to the court system. It's none of my. I have no problems with it. Did you take footage to the cops? Yes. So as soon as that happened, I made sure my dash cam recorded it. At the time, I couldn't check. I have a dual dash cam. It records front and back. No, I'm driving in the country, so sometimes it cuts out. I get right back in. Sometimes I could only see the front. I had all the audio, but I couldn't see the video for the back on my dash cam. Once I knew I had the audio, I knew I had something to work with, so I went to the cops with that. They pulled my SD card and they plugged it into their computer, and they could see the front and the back. So they got the video that you guys saw on. They got that video. They sent the picture and everything out to all of their people. The police station was literally 6 blocks away from where it happened. So I literally just went in there. I didn't even call it in. But yes, am I happy that they got caught? Yeah, I'm happy they got caught. Why would nobody be happy if they didn't? I mean, I'm not sure. I think they were surprised to see exactly what happened and what went down. I know the one guy did say, you're lucky. You're very lucky. So the area that I was in, it's not necessarily a bad area, but it's not necessarily, let's put it that way. Do I drive in that area anymore? No. The only time I ever drive in that area is if I am dropping somebody off and it takes me to that area. I already have them in the car. They're not going to do anything. So yeah, I drop people off in that area still. However, as soon as I get to me where I'm going and I know it's that area, I will stop my requests, and I will, as soon as they get out the car, I will lock my doors all the time. Every time now, from now on, when somebody gets out of my car, I lock my doors. I make sure all my windows are up. And then what I actually started doing when I'm in that area now, I will stop requests, and I'll wait till I get 5 or 6 minutes away, and I'll turn it back on. Okay, I don't go in that area. I actually dropped somebody off there last night. I dropped food off to somebody there last night, a block away. And honestly, I didn't know, because when I picked the food up, it didn't tell me where I was going. But I picked the food up, and it's blah, 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 same street. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. It's a block away. When I got there, I had all my doors locked. I had my window down, probably about that much. I seen the guy standing out there. I said, hey, are you waiting for an Uber food delivery? He said, yes. I said, what's your name and where are you getting the food from? He told me his name. He said, I'm getting the food from here. I said, all right, bud. I put my window down, gave him his food. The second I gave him his food, I put my window right back up. Yes, they both knew each other. Alright guys, just letting you know this right now. I'm going into the restaurant soon to get my food. If for some reason the channel cuts out, I will be back. It might be a couple minutes, but I will come back. When I pick up Uber Eats, a lot of times, depending on where I get it from, sometimes either going into the building or restaurant, the signal cuts out on my phone. But I will come back. Does anybody have any questions quick while I am doing this pickup? I will try and answer them for you until it cuts out. Welcome everybody to the channel. Again, if this is your first time checking, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. If you like the content or you like watching the live videos, I would appreciate it if you subscribed or hit the notification bell so that way I know, or you know, when I go live or when I come out with new content. Was it true that you don't have any cash on you? Yes, at that time I did not have any cash on me. Okay guys, when I go out, when I drive, when I start my night, I have cash on me. The only time I carry cash on me is if I get a cash tip from a passenger. And when I do, I usually put it in my glove box and lock my glove box. Hi, I'm here to pick up an order for Brittany. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Holy crap, 21 minutes away.
Head to your drop-off at 124 Pheasant Ridge CIR.
At least that's in my direction. Alright guys. I just got in my car and I realized something. I'll be right back. Do people recognize you when you deliver food to their home? What's up guys? No, so far I've only had one person recognize me when I was driving, and this girl's gonna be an idiot. So far I've only had one passenger actually recognize me. And she didn't recognize me at first. It actually was last night. I was driving her about 25 minutes, and we were talking, and like most people, what's the worst? Everyone always asks their Uber or Lyft drivers, what's the worst you've ever had? Because people are interested. Most people, oh, so I had somebody throw up in my car. So she asked me that, and I honestly was like, do I tell them? Because I don't like to broadcast it. I put it on YouTube. I originally put the video on YouTube just to try and find the guy that did it and bring him to justice. If anybody knew who he was, they could report it. But so yeah, she asked me the first thing that ever happened to me, and I told her, I said, hey, this blah blah blah, this is what happened to me. And the second I said that, she's like, oh my god, I saw that video. And we talked about it. She asked how I responded. She asked how I was, how I'm doing, and all that stuff and everything. And it was a really good conversation. So yeah, some people do recognize me. Obviously, they're not going to recognize me from the video because my face is blurred out. However, to go on that point too, when I first posted the video, I realized at the very end, because I didn't watch it the whole way through, that I didn't blur the whole side. So yeah, duh. So yes, you can see me in the video to answer anyone's question that says that or wants to say that. Alright guys, again, driving for Uber Eats right now. I'm actually probably going to start doing this more often when I drive for Uber, getting deliveries. I can live stream the whole thing because nobody's in my car. The only time I can't live stream it for privacy reasons is if somebody's in my car. I'd love to. That would be awesome. I would love for like my subscribers to ask my passengers questions, but I think a lot of people would refrain from that. God, these people suck at driving. Old people. At least in that case, it was old people. But yeah, like, it's definitely something crazy that happened in my life, but I'm not gonna dwell on it. I look at that negativity that happened and what can I make positive come out of it. I decided to put the video up to see if I could find that guy and somebody could identify him. I also put the video up to show new drivers what could happen to you if you don't have your doors and windows locked like I should have. Okay, I did make mistakes. I am not perfect. I am human. Anybody that's human is not perfect. As much as we want to try to be, nobody is ever perfect. So with that being said, I made mistakes, but I learned from them. I always have my doors locked, my windows up. I might have my music bumping the whole time I'm driving to go somewhere, but the second I get there or get like a block away, I turn it down now. So, alright, anybody new to this channel, if you are new, please feel free to subscribe and let me know you're here, man. I can't respond or answer questions. Do you think the guy had bullets in the clip? No idea. I honestly don't know about it. Do I ask people if I can record them? No, my dash cam runs constantly the second I turn my car on and the second I turn my car off. However, Pennsylvania is considered a two-party system. You must inform people that you are recording. Windows on the outside, on the back windows, there is a sticker. You can get them on Amazon that I put on there. It basically says, notice this vehicle is being audio and video recorded. You give consent upon entering vehicle. So that's my way of telling them, and it's right above the door handle. So if they're looking down to grab the door handle, they're reading the sign. And if they don't read it, you know what? It's right there for them to read. So that's their own stupidity. But no, to answer your question about the recording, anybody that gets in my car, my camera records 24/7 when my car is driving. The second it's on, whether I'm driving for Uber and Lyft, I'm just driving in my everyday daily life, it's constantly recording. Okay, when I unload it, I have pictures of all my riders. I have pictures of myself driving to and from wherever. I have pictures of my kids and family when I'm driving with them in the car. It's always recording. That way, if somebody rear ends me, or I'm parked at a light and somebody like backs up and hits me, I have proof of it. Yes, every single person. The cops called him exotic. If you go into my channel, if you go down to the videos, the next video after that one is the video, the news video that got aired. Feel free to watch it. Feel free, everybody, to share any of my videos. I love the support. That's why I do the live streams like this. I love to answer questions. Exotic, I have no idea. He's still awaiting sentencing. Both of them are. When I find that information out, I will post it on my channel. Okay? But again, it just goes to show you that one dumb decision in your life, no matter if you're joking or not, can affect the rest of your life. So please, guys, think smart, not hard. Okay, work smart, not hard. Have you been in a car accident while on Uber? No, I have never been in a car accident while driving for Uber. Junk Jack, go watch the news. No. So in Pennsylvania, any type of robbery or anything involving a gun being pulled is an automatic 5-year sentence. Apparently this kid had prior issues, so he'll probably get more than that. As far as the other guy, I have no idea. They're probably both looking at least 5 years, but I don't know that. I'm just glad they caught who they needed to catch. I'm glad that it prevented anybody else in the future from possibly getting hurt. I could have easily not done anything, not gone to the police. Somebody said, "Oh, you're such a snitch, you're such a snitch." One of my last live streams, the guy kept calling me a snitch. Well, you know what? I am a huge MCU fan. I love the Marvel Universe. I've been reading comics ever since I was a kid. I am a firm believer in the saying, or in Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. He was one of my favorite comics growing up. And in that, if anybody doesn't know, Uncle Ben got killed by the guy that Peter Parker did not stop. So, again, using that as a learning experience, I could have not went to the cops. I could have not said anything. But who knows what that kid would have done later. Okay? And it just goes to prove you. It just goes to prove to you guys, armed with firearms, assault, robbery, no, not 6 to 8 months. It's going to be a lot longer than that, but it goes to prove to you that of course this is what happens when it goes to prove and show you that when something like this happens, you need to pay attention. Thank you, man, Meezy. Dogs that bark don't bite. I guess. Honestly, I'm glad the situation went the way it did. Scotty 1600, go into my videos and watch the very next video after that. It's the news report. That'll answer your questions. I'm trying not to repeat myself too much. That's good. Thank you. And to anybody else that saw the question, no, I did not make money off of that video. However, with everybody watching it, and with it going viral like it did, I do have a lot of subscribers, so I would like to thank every single person that is one of my subscribers. I never thought I would ever do YouTube videos, but I do like doing them. As long as people keep tuning in, I will keep doing them. I do also want to possibly, if I get to, let's see, I'm at 4,000, almost 4,000 subscribers now. I've been kicking around the idea of if I get to 10,000 subscribers, or when I do get to 10,000 subscribers, doing a gift card giveaway. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but I would like to do that just to kind of show my support to everybody. I will also say, guys, most likely after I do this delivery, this will probably be my last one for the night, because I need to go home and sleep. Is anybody else in the room? Why did it have me go that way? Why the hell did it? This is the thing with Uber that drives me nuts. I should have seen the way it had me go instead of talking to everybody on YouTube. This is another thing, dude. When you're driving, you need to pay attention to where your Uber... Thank you, Casey. Appreciate the love. It's not about color, it's about environment. Yes, it definitely is. Anybody can act like an idiot. It's all about how you were raised and all about your environment. Okay? But at the same time, it's not necessarily about your environment, because I know people in shittiest situations that came out and were awesome. And I knew people that were in great situations that lived in very nice houses, had everything they could ever want, and they ended up becoming alcoholics and basically threw their life away. It's not necessarily environment either. I know people that have had the best and ended up being the worst. I know people that have had the worst and ended up being the best. I personally believe it's all about your upbringing. Yes, it was a pistol whip, somewhat. He basically more or less put the nozzle of the gun to my neck, but he didn't really hit me with it. Anybody that wants to comment, feel free. If you are new to the channel, I've said this a couple times, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button so you know when I'm coming out with new content or when I'm going live. And if you want to make sure that you are part of the live channel, please hit the bell so that way you know exactly when I go out with new stuff. What were you thinking when you heard the gun cock? That is when I knew shit got real, and that's when I started to lower my tone of my voice and kind of just tried to de-escalate the situation. Okay? Let's talk about something different, guys. Anybody got anything else to talk about besides that video? I plan on going live probably within the next week, probably next Friday or Saturday, to talk about that actual incident. I also plan on doing another video talking about, like, basically showing the video without sound and giving my commentary minute by minute as to how I was feeling, what was going on, what was going through my head, things like that. But I want to wait a while to do that because I still have people asking me tons of questions about it. Oh God, I'm ready to go home. Definitely ready to go home. It depends on your market. If you hustle like crazy, yes, I could see it paying your bills. But again, you're going to be working crazy hours, okay? Nashville, I would honestly say if you want to do it, I can give you my referral code. You can try it and see what it does. But man, highly, it all depends on your market, dude. You have to play with it for a while. Thank you. TY. You have to play with your market for a while and figure out when you're busy, when it's slow. Um, when I go in that weekend, I'm literally pulling a 40-hour weekend in 3 days. I'm usually driving 14, 15 hours a day. Well, actually, probably, 14 hours a day. But I'm coming out with, the lowest I ever did was 800. The highest I ever had was 1200. So, would you work 40 hours a week? Would you work for 40 hours to get 800 bucks? It's 20 bucks an hour. No, that wasn't including gas, but I do have a hybrid. So, 6 to 800 miles to the gallon, or I'm sorry, to the tank. I wish it got to the gallon. I can easily get 600 miles to a tank. So with that one weekend that I did 800, okay, after hotel expenses and gas, I pulled 600, maybe six. Actually, let me think. Hold on. 20, 630. So again, 630 bucks for 3 days. That's not a bad. That's not bad. I went like 5 or 6 blocks away, somewhere I knew where I was safe. I pulled over. I checked the damage to my car because I just wanted to see what it was, how bad it was. I got back in my car. I got back in my car and I drove to the police station once I realized I had it recorded on my dash cam. So yeah, that's what I did. Anybody else? Let me see who else had questions because I did not answer some. So yes, going back to Uber and Lyft. In today's market, with everything that's going on, I'm not sure if area. I know in mine, I can easily, like, where I live, I can probably make anywhere between $200 and $300 on a weekend, and that's working. It's basically getting 20 bucks an hour. Okay, so I'm working maybe 15 hours to get 300 bucks, which isn't bad. It's 20 bucks an hour. Same thing with Philly. When I go to Philly, if I round it out, all right. So going back to what I was saying about how Uber gets paid, where I'm from, I can make around 20 bucks an hour. When I go to Philly, that is, it's a hustle, man. You really have to hustle. If you live in a big market like that, there is really good money to be made, but you have to hustle. It's like an hour and 15 minutes away from where I live, but it's definitely worth the drive. Usually I get a hotel when I go there just so that way I can drive as much as possible. I'll literally drive for 12 or 13 hours. I'll go back to the hotel, sleep for maybe 5, eat some food, and go back out over again. I hustle my ass off when I'm in Philly, but the money I make when I get out of there, that's what really shows. So it's all about how much money you put into it. Do you think he was going to shoot at the car? No, I didn't think he was going to shoot at the car. Give me 1 second, guys. If you want me to answer questions, I am delivering my delivery, so I can't necessarily look. I'm definitely going home to watch the Eagles play. And then I'm going to bed. Hi. Are you getting Uber delivery? Okay. Sorry about the wait.
No.
They had me go the whole way up a different area, so have a great day.
Just $4.
Oh, thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Have a great. And that's what I love. Little kid and his mom came to the car. I apologized them because I was a little bit longer than I should have been, because Uber's map took me a completely wrong way. The little boy handed me a couple bucks. His mom was showing him how to tip people, which is awesome. He handed me $4 in cash right here. So that's awesome. That was bringing her son up right. So if they end up watching this video ever, congratulations, woman. You're doing an amazing job in raising that kid to be a respectable member of society. Speed bumps. Alright, guys, I'm back. I'll answer any questions. Yes, I did file a police report. They are in jail. Again, guys, anybody that asks me that, I'm not going to respond anymore. Anybody that's in the comments or knows can answer that for you. There's a video. The next video after that one is the news report of the guy being caught. I'm not going to repeat myself. Yes, I love chicken, especially Popeye's chicken. The Eagles are going to kill the Falcons. I hope so. My boss is a huge Eagles fan. When they lose, he's pissed off. Tatum. My kids ate most of that food. $38. No, I don't do that. I'm not going to pick a number. Thanks. Appreciate the love, guys. Appreciate it a lot. Alright, so today, guys, I drove one person. That was a $13 fare. Everything else was Uber Eats. In 3 hours, I made $60. So again, I try to always make in my market $20 an hour. And I did. $60.87 and a $4 tip right here. So yes, it is possible. I average, or try to average, every time I drive, $20 an hour. Because if you think about it, after taxes, you figure your taxes high at 30%. Okay, I'm really only making, if I make $20 an hour, I'm really only making about 16. Actually, no, sorry, my math's wrong. 14 an hour, which still isn't bad after taxes. But then you also have to figure in gas. Okay, which is why I drive a hybrid. I wasn't scared. I just knew that if I yelled or argued with them, that the situation would not have ended how it did. Okay? I used my experience that I had from over the years dealing with people to calm the situation down the best I could. And when I got a chance, if you watch the video again, I don't know, I keep going over this over and over again and talking about it, and I'm starting to get sick of it today. But if you watch the video again, the second I had a chance to get away from one guy, I drove my car. That's when the second guy in the back, the 19-year-old kid, I think got scared shitless because he knew I wasn't going to stop and decided to get out of the car when I did stop. My full-time job, I'm a warehouse worker. Little Mike, again, to answer your question before, yes, I have no problem with you using my video on your YouTube channel. All I ask is that you put a link to my original video in the description. No. No, I was not bleeding. Little Mike, I'm not going to tell you where I work full time. I work in a warehouse. That's all you need to know. I love it. If I lived closer to a big city, I would do Uber and Lyft full time. Maybe. No. Again, Little Mike, I'm not going to answer you. So if you keep guessing where I work, again, I'm not going to answer you anymore. Anybody have any other questions about Uber, Lyft? I was going to go into the military when I graduated high school. Unfortunately, for personal reasons, that did not happen. So no. Who just posted? Somebody just commented. Dominique. So what? You don't drive? You don't drive now? You said I'm glad that you posted. What'd you say? I'm glad that you posted the video because I wanted to drive. So you said you wanted to drive. Did that mean you don't drive now? I would not use that video that I posted as a reason not to drive. Okay? That was a maybe 1 in a million type of thing. Why am I still driving? Because I love doing it. It's extra money. I have bills I need to pay. I have debts I need to pay down. I want to take vacations. I love to travel. Okay? I'm sure people love to travel. I love to take a cruise every now and again. So to do that, that's what I use. I use my Uber and Lyft money that I make on the side to be able to do the fun things in life. But again, I also like talking to my passengers. And Little Mike, I'm in Pennsylvania. That's all you need to know. Again, I'm not going to give out where I actually live or where I'm from. Thank you guys. I appreciate the love. I think I did react as well as I could in the situation. If I would have reacted any differently, I probably wouldn't be here today. Dominique, I did. Thank you. Are you got his face on camera? Do you have any news if he got him or something? Paniquo Rodriguez. Hopefully I said your name right. Please go into my channel. The very next video after that worst nightmare is the news report. Yes, he was caught. His partner was eventually caught. So to answer your question, yes, they both were caught. I'm not going to go into specifics, but there is a video that I posted showing that. Feel free to watch it, okay? Any other questions, guys? Yes, Sierra, I am a firm believer that God was watching over me that night. He was watching over me, and would you ever do Lyft on that street again? I've dropped people off on that street, literally a block away from where it happened, but no, I will never pick anybody up in that area again. I am a firm believer in faith. Um, Again, I'm not going to knock anybody for believing in a certain religion or your political views. Whether you love or hate Trump, that's your personal opinion. Okay? I partially think, and if you want to agree with me right now or disagree with me, while I'm talking, do me a favor. Anybody that agrees, do a 1. Anybody that doesn't agree, do a 3. I firmly believe that this world is that people cannot agree to disagree. Okay? Every single person on this planet has their own opinion, has their own faith, or their own view on faith, their own view on their religion. And why can't we have a civil discussion about those things? Why can't we all sit down as a race and have a simple discussion about something without somebody getting offended or pissed off? Okay? Yes, I believe in Jesus. I believe in God. I believe in Christ. I believe that he died for my sins. I believe that one day he will come back. That may not be your personal belief, but why can't we have a simple discussion about those things? Okay? Some people like Trump. Some people hate Trump. I personally don't know the man. So how can I sit here and have a conversation about him when I've never met him? Do I think some of the things he says are stupid? Hell yes. Do I think some of the things he says are right about our country and our just overall state of the world? Hell yes. Do I think he's doing a good job as president when it comes to finances and stuff? Yes. But no. It all depends on your views, guys. Everybody has their views. Why can't we just respect everybody's views? Okay? We all have our own opinions. Dominique, I have no idea. It's in God's hands. I look at it as everything in this life happens for. If it happens, it happens. I mean, like I said, I'm a firm believer in faith. I'm a firm believer in my God. And he has a plan for me. So his plan is laid out already. It was laid out when I was born. And I firmly believe that he guides me in doing certain things in my life. That little voice inside my head telling me to go somewhere or do something, I firmly believe that's him. So at the end of the day, if something happens to me, that was meant to happen. Okay? And again, if you believe that, great. If you don't, that's your belief. I'm not going to knock you guys, and I hope nobody knocks me for believing in something, because at the end of the day, like I just said, it's your beliefs, and they're yours for a reason. So, believe what you want. Don't bully somebody else, because They don't have the same beliefs as you. Okay? Anybody else got questions? I'm doing one last delivery, and then I am out for the night. How do I get... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Yes, I'm doing one last delivery for my night, and then I'm going home, taking a shower, and going to bed, because unfortunately, I have to work for my full-time job. Dominique, may I ask where you're from? Tatum, I vaguely remember asking you where you're from. I don't remember. I've started to recognize some of the same names of you guys coming in. So again, if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Click the little button there, or the little bell, to know when I come out with new content. San Antonio, ooh, I love Texas. I need to get out there again. I was only over there one time, I believe. I can't remember. It was when I was younger. Arizona. Yes, I do remember that, bud. Now that you said that, I do remember. Alright, guys, I'm going into my pickup. Feel free to, again, ask me questions. I won't be able to respond while I'm going inside. However, I will respond when I come back out. Good food. Very good food. No, I'm still for like another month.
Another month, yeah.
Yeah.
If a medium tub is 5 ounces of art.
the top of my head.
Matt?
I'm picking up for Archie. Uber, yeah.
Pick up from Matt?
That's funny you said that though, because that's my name. It's like, yeah, sure. I didn't even know you guys were here. I have no idea. It just says, what's it say? Chips, bottled drink, beef cheddar brisket, and steak and cheese.
Alright, I have the chips and the fries.
Okay. I drink. I have no idea. Just grab I guess a Coke, whatever. I don't. It just says bottled drink. Yeah. It says bottled drink. Yeah, I usually just I grab whatever Coke, Pepsi. That way I don't piss anybody off. You guys.
The steak and the sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. I was going to ask you, do you have stickers or something that you can put over it so that way they know I don't touch it?
Yeah, I can taste it.
Okay, that'll work. And then if you could just throw that in there too, that'd be awesome. It was, what was it? Brisket and a steak. JB.
Yep. Can we get the receipt for the pickle on the back?
Yep, feel free. Just want to do me a favor. Can you throw that in there too?
Yeah.
Thank you
Head to your
guys.
drop off at 463
Have a great night.
Norwood Street.
Alright guys, so I'm going to stay live. Is tuning in. Thank you for everybody that has stayed with me for a while. I will continue to ask questions to you guys, answer questions for you guys, and just regularly in general keep this channel running till I get home. I'm doing one more delivery and then I am headed home to go to bed because I unfortunately have a full-time job that I have to go to in the morning. So I am back in my car. It is getting dark. So questions for me, questions for you. Do you believe Alright guys, so my question for any of the riders out there, if you can hear me, here I'll put my windows up. How's everybody doing? Hi Tatum again. Alex. Oh, one thing I kind of want to bring up too on the topic of safety with people asking me about that issue that happened. On the topic of safety, do you guys think that Uber, Lyft, and any of these other companies that have riders in their cars, because we don't know who we're picking up, like we said before. I firmly believe that Uber and Lyft, when you create an account, should have you scan some form of ID, whether it's your driver's license, just a regular state ID, like a regular state issued ID, something along those lines to prove who you are. Okay? I firmly believe that it's a safety issue. I've definitely gone to pick somebody up. One time their name was 50. Or no, 40. It was 40. It was the letters 40. So when you have something like that, how do you know who you're supposed to be picking up? You don't. You have no picture. You literally have 2 letters, 2 numbers. There's no way. I would definitely think it would make more sense, and I'm gonna sneeze at some point if you can't tell. It would definitely make more sense for them to put pictures. I knew it was coming. Oh, it would definitely make more sense for Lyft and Uber to request and make it mandatory that riders have pictures, so that way we know who they're picking up. It would also help them alleviate any people. Put it this way, from a driver's standpoint, if we get enough bad, thank you, holy shit, what's going on here? So put it this way, there's a really bad accident. Holy crap. As a driver, if we get, holy crap, we get enough bad comments, or enough, like 1 or 2, no, you can't see, I already turned, sorry. The guy didn't shoot him, he didn't have any ammo. Nah, I'm pretty sure he didn't. Alright guys, again, if my channel cuts out, I will come back in a second. I'm doing an Uber delivery right now. It just keeps cutting in and out. Personally, no, I'm not sure if he did have ammo. I don't think they did. Switch with my kids. What was I talking about? Damn it, I forgot. So yes, basically I just like to treat everybody that gets in my car with as much respect as I can, because at the end of the day, you make somebody else happy. Hopefully they will return the favor and pay it forward, if that makes sense. Okay. Also, when I have, I like to talk with them. I like to know where they're from, get a feel for them. One thing I do love about driving in Philly is it's a very touristy city. I've met people from Germany. I've met people from Tokyo, Japan, Europe, Sweden. I met 2 guys from Sweden once. We actually talked about their political structure, their school system, things like that I knew little parts about. I definitely would love to visit Sweden at some point. That country is amazing. So yeah, I love just talking to new people and finding out where they're from, which is one reason why I like doing this channel. I get to meet new people, even though it's not face to face, and talk to new people and get their opinions on life and everything. I would also recommend just everybody in general. Oh, that's what it was. I was talking about safety. What about Amish guys? Tatum, what about Amish guys? Do I have a PS4? Yes, I did have a PS4. I do not have it anymore. I didn't play it that much. I had all three. Okay, guys, I had a PS4, I had an Xbox One S, and I had a Nintendo Switch. Um, I always find myself playing the Nintendo Switch more than the other two, even when my kids weren't around. So I decided to get rid of the other two. Yes, Tatum, I did pick up Amish people before. Like I said before, the Amish people, you either have one of two options. They're quiet or they talk to you. Um, Most Amish people that I've talked to are some of the kindest people that I've ever had in my car. I had a 40-minute drive with one guy that was going to a flea market to sell soaps and oils and things like that he made out of CBD and other essential oils. Okay, I helped him pack my car full of all his stuff. I had a 40-minute conversation with him about Monsanto and that people spray on their food and how that is making most of America sick. I firmly believe that. We as a country, there to make enough crops and make enough food, these companies go a certain way and do a certain stuff to the product to make it bigger and make it last longer and protect it longer. Only the things that they're doing are affecting our health as a nation. If you look at the course of food over from 1930-ish, when the refrigerator and the freezer and all that stuff started to get and be invented, once electric was there, you look at food back then, most of Americans, I mean, you had fat people, but most of them were skinny. Most of them worked every single day as much as they could to provide for their family. Okay, so in that case, yeah, I had very good conversations with that man. We talked forever about things that are affecting this country and why the country internal moral compass and views on life. It was very, very interesting, to say the least. Live chats. No, guys. I don't know what he says. I've had so many people tell me I should conceal and carry. A gun in that situation would not have helped me whatsoever. I don't care what anybody says. There was two people against me. It would not have worked. Okay? It just would not have worked. I would have shot one. I would have pulled my gun. And no, it would not have worked. I would have killed somebody. I would have had that on my conscience for the rest of my life. Yes, I know I could have gotten killed at the same time, but that's something that I personally don't want to live with for the rest of my life. Self-protection, I completely agree, and I understand where you're coming from. It's something that I don't agree with. And I might come off as an idiot for that. Call it what you will. I use guns for hunting. I use guns for target practice, things like that. I have really strong gun views. I believe that everybody should be entitled to the right to own a gun. I believe in the Second Amendment. However, I also believe that there is no reason why somebody needs an AR-15 or anything that shoots multiple rounds as fast as it does. Because at the end of the day, if you look at the news, those are the issues that we're having in this country. You get an idiot with an AR-15 in the middle of a mall, shooting up a mall because he got bullied at school. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I'll be right back with you guys. This is the other thing about making food deliveries sometimes at night. But alright guys, unfortunately I have to call my person to get his food. So I will be back in a second.